Okay, so we're live with the Node.js release working group meeting on the 30th of June 2022. We'll work as usual from the agenda issue. The agenda issue for today is in the Node.js release repository, and it's issue 758. And then just to start, any announcements anyone would like to make today or share?
We have announced some security releases for next week, so there'll be more details on the actual things fixed when we do the release, but the pre-announcement's up on the website.
Yep, so everyone should keep an eye out for those and upgrade when they can. Not sure there's any other announcements today. So move straight on to the agenda issues. As per usual, I think it makes sense to go through the schedules last. So the first one listed was the periodic table doesn't have an element starting with J. I know we've discussed this a few times, and I think what we need is just to go through the options. I'm wondering if it makes sense to just scroll through the issue now to build up that candidate list and write them down so that we can start the poll.
Sure.
I can share the correct tab. Should be. So really, J is close. Q is probably a little bit further away. So I think we can just focus on J for now. There's general consensus that we're not going to skip a letter, so we need to find something. Suggestions in the past meetings, we've said, let's have a small poll, maybe a GitHub poll on Node.js Node. But we just need to check that our group here is okay with any of the options suggested. So I think with the number we have of people here, I think that we may as well go through and vet that list today. And then we can open the PR for the minutes and add everyone else who's not here today, just so they have a chance to object. So there was a lot of discussion about skipping letters. But then there are some suggestions, and I'm going to pronounce all of these incorrectly. So do we think this, is it jabronium, or is that a joke one? Yes, probably. So should this one be a candidate? I can make my text bigger if it. I think this is a joke one. It means foolish person, so possibly not a good name for a release. I'll ping the link so everyone can open the hyperlinks at their own risk.
Aren't they all jokes?
Looks like.
Oh, really? Okay.
I like the suggestion of Richard and
Yeah,
it was Miles as well to use some other language. Like the name of a chemical element from another language.
yeah. By the looks of it, then we only really have one candidate that we're happy with, so maybe a poll isn't necessary. Searching through all of them, unless there are any other ideas. People know.
So what are the other options?
Well, I think by looking at it, all of these are like, are they fictional? I'm hesitant to open all of these. So this is a fictional one, apparently, which might. Yes. So this one means foolish person. This is fictional.
Well, it kind of feels that unless we go for the name in another language, anything else is probably going to be fictional, or a diversion off the theme of elements.
Yep. So
Yeah.
in any sense, does it just make sense to stick with the one that actually fits the theme and doesn't go off piste, even if it's in a different language for, well, the name of the element, but from other languages. I can just comment to the effect saying, like, in the release group, we reviewed all the options, and actually the only one we'd be comfortable with is Jod. So just state that statement. And if people have any other suggestions, they've still got time to come up with them, but it sounds like we're steering towards that. Are there any objections to doing that?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. I will state that. Maybe give another release meeting just for people to say, hey, I have this burning suggestion that should really be considered. But I think generally it seems the one with the most weight in the issue anyway. So we'll stick at that and just state a poll is not necessary. Maybe we'll need a poll for one of the other letters, but I'll let someone else heard that closer to the time. So, okay. And the other agenda issue, it was added just now to talk about, was a streams regression in node 16 around high watermark. Seems like it made its way into 16 release and possibly shouldn't.
So from what I read, it sounds like it went into 16.14.
Yeah.
By shouldn't, I mean, there was nothing in the PR that suggested it shouldn't have landed. Yeah. So
yes,
it's not something we did wrong. It was just
not tagged,
not evaluated or tagged correctly. Yeah. So Mateo's asked, what should we do? Robert's offered to look at whether, well, just looking at it, I kind of feel we kind of need guidance from the streams team as to what the correct behavior should be.
Yeah, Mateo's latest comment saying we might want to revert to the original behavior. I'm not sure if that's overall or in 16 or so. I guess fortunately we've got security releases on Tuesday, so hopefully by next week we might have some resolution on this PR of what we need to do, hopefully in time for the next 16 release if we need to do anything.
Yeah, but it kind of feels that we need some sort of guidance from the streams team and then make a decision after that, because whatever we do, a revert or the break and change has already landed, so a revert would be another break and change to go back to the pre-16.14 behavior.
Yep.
So yeah, it depends whether the streams group will believe that's the right thing to do for LTS.
So maybe in this one, I just need to comment and say, discussing the release call, we're planning to do a Node 16 release at some point in July. And it'd be good to know if we need to even include a revert or an alternative PR before that release.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you want me to do that update? Or?
Oh, you can do that if you like. Yeah, go for it. Saves me typing. Yeah, bye. Sure. And now it's just really the release schedules that we may need to go through. 16. So for 18, we had one due on a release soon, but I think we probably need to bump that looking at timings.
Yes, I couldn't make it, sadly.
No worries. I think what
I could start working on that one, at least for the proposal today.
I wonder if we bump you to like the following one, and then this one in between will be the security release. Anyway.
Yeah, security release. And I have proposed myself to do a security release, so I don't think that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 5.
Sure.
5? Okay.
Actually, yes, you put X, but it's 5.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah, I think that works. And do you think you'll have time at that point, Juan?
Absolutely. Yes. I will.
Sounds good. Okay. I can help you out with that, and that all works nicely. Because we'll have a release next week anyway. And next one, the 16 release plan. This one might have gone a bit. So where are we at? There will be an interim release in here.
Well, that 705 release is going to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Daniela, yes.
Oh, is that the same as? Yeah, that's the same as. Anyway, okay. And we could possibly leave that as is then.
Just one thing, I think that we need to bump the minor in the 16 as well, right? Because it's a breaking change.
Yeah.
Or the actually, I need to check, but
To be
the open SSL change was only in open SSL 3. I'm not sure if it will be a breaking change in open SSL 1.
okay. We just need to review that
Dashboard,
and
yeah.
see what happens when it comes out. I've left it as .xx there, but cool. 14. I was going to say 12, but 12's long gone. And I think I'll just add the upcoming in here.
Yeah, it will be a breaking change as well. So yeah, minor.
Can you remember who volunteered for that one? I don't remember. I know someone has, but I'll update it afterwards. So do we think we need to put a placeholder for another 14 release, like a regular 14 release in there?
I think that there is, let me see, in the, is Juan, yes. Actually, in the security release is Juan, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to do
Oh
it.
my god, I didn't remember that one. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, you prepared the release and then
Oh yeah, yes,
fine.
you're right. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it.
And yeah, I don't know if we need a placeholder for a release, a follow-up patch release, but we kind of do that as needed, don't we, at this point? So
Yeah, maybe some rough month, and then we can review it in a future working, well, next working group meeting, I guess.
I'll stick August because by the time, you know, but it'd be almost August by the time we next speak again anyway. So
I mean, I'm not aware of anything right at this moment that would go out in a release, but who knows by the time we get to.
yep.
There are actually 3 pull requests with the LTS Watch v14.
Okay.
I think 1420 is a security release, right?
Yeah. Just pull these open. I think we might have discussed a few of these 14 patches before. My gut is we probably don't want to land a streams one and just say, oh, we're all a bit hesitant. Should this, you know, at this point in maintenance, should we just?
I've got a feeling that middle one requires a
rebase or something.
rebase,
It's got some
it requires
conflicts.
something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay. And Anna seems fine with leaving it out.
that was for 12. That was no 12.
Oh, okay. Not for 14.
Yeah, 14. Oh, okay. Must be a similar sort of thing where it's dependent. It needs something. It was based on something else which hasn't landed in.
Yes, I suffer very much with that pull request.
Sure. Maybe we could ping it to Michael, see if he has.
Yeah, the Node API team. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Just see if he has any opinions.
And it might be worth doing that anyway and check that they don't have like another batch of Node
Batch.
API.
Yeah, to go up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like those bottom two, like probably not going to land. Middle one, if we can land it cleanly and it passes, we probably would go for it, but it's not urgent. And the loader one, I think I got the impression, seen a comment that some folks feel strongly about this going in 14. Let's backport this as far as possible.
Right, but that's not actually gone out in the current release yet. So
it'll be April anyway. August.
Yeah, assuming we get,
Too far away. Yeah. And it's got the LTS watch label, so we should pick it up. Sounds good, but it takes some time to blow through anyway. So cool. And I think that's it. So we've got volunteers for the security releases next week and follow-up releases for 18, 16, and 14. So we're good there. Anything else, I think, Richard? To mention?
no, it's, not for the release schedule. I was going to mention one of the other issues in the release repo.
Okay.
Around
yes.
access.
The grant releases access to related tooling. This one?
That's the one. So I think the remaining ones are commit stream, which I don't really know much about. I don't know who actually currently owns it. And node core utils. I don't know. I guess we open an issue like we did with the others.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think since we got rid of the automation, Node.js/automation team, it might have reverted back to just being owned by various people. So yeah, I assume there are no objections to adding us to like commit stream and no core utils here. And it would be good for us to be in there.
Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, I think it was a random set of people that actually had access to this one.
Yeah, Rod, it goes back to Rod as well. So that's just admin that we need to do.
Yeah, I think it was transferred from Rod's personal account, and we never decided who would be the responsible for this repo.
Yeah, sure. And I suppose if we've taken on the like branch diff and change log maker, it just makes sense for that one to be in that bucket too, because it's similar enough. Cool. Anything else anyone wants to go through that's on our release issue list? We've got a bunch of things about like improving our policy documentation and, more additional onboarding guidance. But I think that's all things. It's when people get time to do it.
But do you think that it's good to create the issue about the security release steps?
Yes, yeah, it's possibly worth creating one. Yeah, creating one of those. We do have some of the steps have the security specifics in it, but it is missing. Like someone doing a security release for the first time couldn't probably go to our releases MD guide and just do a security release. So yeah, we got a gap there, and it'd be good to track it.
Yeah. Okay.
Other than that, anything else anyone wants to mention or talk about today? No? Well, if that's the case, thanks everyone for joining. We're all scheduled for releases, all set for volunteers for the security release next week. So I think we can end it there.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.